Hello everyone, my name is IronNancy, and I just finished watching both episodes of the Part 2 in the 4-night crossover, and I'm just going to jump right in off the bat and say, did this beat last year's 4-night crossover? No. Absolutely not. It did not beat last year's 4-night crossover. And I think it didn't beat last year's 4-night crossover, not last year's last 4-night crossover, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It didn't beat last year's 4-night crossover because last year's 4-night crossover was actually shorter. Now, I think that's the CW's biggest problem with these 4-night crossovers so far, is that they don't know how to end it. Alright, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start at the beginning with Flash's episode. Flash's episode, I thought it was a step up from Arrow's episode. You know, it all felt wrapped together, it felt nice, and it felt neat. But, oh my gosh, for the love of God, can we get Red Tornado as an actual character in one of these shows? I know he was in Supergirl Season 1, but he has such a fantastic story tied to him, and he's being wasted as just this off bargain sale villain that appears every once in a while in one episode. I think he's only had 2 appearances in the entirety of the CW shows. That's unacceptable. Can we get his blue cape, and can we put him in Earth 1 or bring him back on Earth 2? Please, we need to see the Red Tornado. Okay, and the CGI for when they fought the Red Tornado. My word. Oh my gosh. Just stop. If it takes more time, then you have to film these at like the beginning of the year. Or make it like an off-brand shoot, or save it till like the mid-season. You know those breaks that you guys have in between? Push the crossovers back. Make it like a Christmas thing. I bet you'll get more viewers then anyways. But, geez, alright, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We saw Ray, we saw Citizen Cold, we saw them go to Earth X, and that was a very interesting part, and I liked all of pretty much what happened in the Flash episode, besides, the whole CGI show fest. It wasn't really all that great. And we also had Professor Stein die. It's sad to see him go, but, my word, Jax, that was one of the worst acted death scenes I have ever seen on the CW. And the CW, with all 4 of those shows, usually gets all of their deaths completely and nails them to a point. The suspense and the drama and the sadness. Are you kidding me? Going back to last year's 4-night crossover, Professor Stein's death versus Arrow's 100th episode. Absolutely not. They do not compare. Are you kidding me? I was almost on the floor crying at last year's 100th episode because I've invested so much into Arrow, and to see all of those memories come back with all that emotional weight on it. I mean, and then have Jax, I don't think Jax shed a single tear during that crying scene. I don't think he did. I think Gray just was there, and then he was dead the next. Was it sad to see Gray go? Yes, I'm calling him Gray because that's what Jax does. But, alright, we're just going to skip. For the Flash's episode, if I were to rate it, I'd give it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. It was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular. But the Legends episode. They messed up the Legends episode last year, and they messed it up this year. It was a CGI fest. And the action was so terrible, I could barely, not barely understand what was happening on screen. I didn't want to see what was happening on screen, because it was so dysfunctional, and so, I don't want to say bargain sale, because I don't know the right word for it. It's so, I don't know the right word for it. Hold on. What's, generic. It's so generic. Like, nothing interesting happened. Green Arrow fought Green Arrow, Flash fought Reverse Flash, and Supergirl fought Overgirl. That's all that happened. There was no mix-up, there was no change. That's how it ended. And everybody just tried to do their part because they had such a big cast of characters. Nobody would be able to figure out what everybody was doing. I admit it's a hard job, and for what they did, generic as it is, I give them a round of applause at least for having everybody do something, because that is such a big cast of characters. I'm surprised that they were able to do it all. But my word. Okay, one thing that I will say, I'm jumping all over the place, but that's the way that this is just going to have to be. the hint, or not the hint, the drop that the Reverse Flash fought Superman, that is something that I want to see. CW, if we can make that happen, I will forgive this 4-night crossover. Just because you dropped that hint that the Reverse Flash may in the future fight Superman, that blew my mind, and I was so excited that I actually heard that. And then you immediately screw it up, and I think this will happen in the next episode. I don't know if the Flash fighting Superman was in the Reverse Flash fighting Superman was in Flash's episode or Legends episode. I think it was in Flash's episode. But in Legends episode, the Reverse Flash just leaves. He doesn't decide to stick out the fight and kill his greatest nemesis, and he just leaves. He doesn't fight, he just leaves. The Flash is like, all right, Earbard, just get out of here. And then the Reverse Flash is like, I wonder what face you'll see me in next, Barry. Bye. And then just leaves. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm glad you brought back Harrison Wells to play the Reverse Flash, but don't make him a loser. And can we please stop asking the question if Barry is going to kill his villain? Okay? We know that he's not going to kill his villain. We've gone through 3 seasons of him not killing his villain. Did he kill the Reverse Flash? No. Did he kill Zoom? No. Did he kill Savitar? No. Stop asking the question. Reverse Flash, out of anybody, should know that Barry is not going to kill him. Are you serious? Just stop. Just stop asking the question. Here's the solution. I'm going to end it off here because I'm going all over the place. It's just a complete and total rant. Here is the solution. You need more time. You need more time, and you need a better story. I liked the Nazis. It was a great idea. I loved the parts of the execution, but overall, this whole crossover event was like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, and it in no way beat last year's crossover. Last year's crossover was amazing, it was big, it was epic, and they had almost everything down to a T. Flash's and Arrow's episodes were completely amazing. Legends was like a 6 out of 10, it fell through completely at the end, but it was a lot better than this one, I have to say. I like this way that it was set up, but the individual paces were not there, or rather, not the individual paces, the individual coherent storyline was not there, or rather the story, I don't know. Like I said, I'm rambling all over the place. Just, you guys need more time. CW, if anyone from CW or DCTV is listening, you guys need to plan this out, like, after this is over, and you need a completely separate team to plan this out, starting now until summer, and then plan the whole thing out even after summer is over, okay? You guys need a lot more time. But thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.